Welcome to this look at new mods on Farming Simulator 19 with me, MrSealyp. It's Friday the 6th of November. We have new mods and we have some updates. Before I get on to the updates though, I'm going to be looking at the mods for today and yesterday, Thursday the 5th. I was unable to do a mod review yesterday. Don't get used to this. I don't often go back, and if I miss a day for whatever reason, I don't often go back and redo the mods from that day, but I'm going to today. So I'm going to start off with the mod, actually no, updates first. The updates for yesterday and today are as follows. From left to right, yesterday's updates: the John Deere 4940 self-propelled sprayer by Custom Modding and the Ural/Lizard 5557 432060 Farmer by AxeDiamend had updates. Today, the Corteva Gallon fertilizer and herbicide by SimulagriModding and the Pack Big Bag by CyrylModding 88 have also had updates. So I'm actually going to start off with the mod from yesterday, then we'll look at a mod from today, and then we'll go down and I'll go through. I'll explain as we go, it makes more sense. This is the Lizard Sugarbeet seed. This is by DS Modding. 0.86 megabytes download, 3 slots per pallet. A lot of people have been asking of late about the potential for having specific seed. So as in real life, if you're doing corn, you buy corn seed. If you're doing, whatever it might be, rather than just having a pallet of seed, which is generic for anything you want. So this is specific for sugar beet, and obviously you can use sugar beet. No, you can't. So these you'll find under pallets. There you go, sugar beet seed. 900 for 2,100 litres. Like I say, it says it's 3 slots per pallet. Once you've used the seed on that pallet, the pallet disappears and the slots get put back on if you're on console. Yeah, so it's kind of more specific. It doesn't actually say sugar beet on there, but that's what they are, 2,100 litres on each pallet. So anything that is any planter or seeder, because some do seeding and planting, that are sugar beet compatible, you can buy specific seed if you want to. There we go. So that's by DS Modding. The next of the mods we're going to have a look at is this here. This is the Bressel and Lade, Bressel and Lade, depends how you say it, high tip shovel pack. It's by VertexDezign. It is 6 megabytes to download. Each of these buckets is 4 slots each. We've got the L67 and we've got the L71. These are, the L67 is compatible with telehandlers, front loaders. I think that might be it. And the wheel loader one I think is wheel loader, and it says teleloader, but I think it means telehandler. So that will do the smaller stuff and telehandlers. That will do the bigger stuff and telehandlers, as far as I can tell. You'll find these under tools. So if we go to front loaders first, there you go, the shovel L67, 7,625 to buy. Like I said, 4 slots for the first one. We'll take all of those crop types and we can have it in different sizes. We can change the main colour to black, green or orange. We can have it 1,900 litre capacity, 2,090, 2,480, 2,730, and then back to 1,900. And we can have it front loader or telehandler, so it just changes the connection on the back like so. Oh, Pouse as well. Oh, that's quite specific to the Pouse. And then if we go to wheel loaders, the L71 is there, 10,995. Can't get my words out today. Also 4 slots, we'll take all those crop types. Colour options are exactly the same. This one starts at a 4,600 litre, 5,290 litres, 5,400, 6,210, and then back to 4,600. So 6,210 is the largest we can go on that. And that one's teleloaders or wheel loader attachment are your options. So we raise our bucket up wherever we're going as normal, but then from here R1 and right stick side to side does the high tip function, so you can unload much quicker. Sometimes when you get to the maximum height of something, like this is at its maximum height there, and you can't quite get over the lip of something, having that as an option to get to kind of there and then tip up just gives you that extra bit of height, hence high tip, for a little bit of extra reach should you need it, or rather than that whole rotating round again, and it unloads much quicker, like so. The wheel loader one does exactly the same thing. Don't need to turn the engine on actually, but there we go. Nicely made, nicely animated, smooth function, very nice indeed. So we go, the Bressel and Lade high tip shovel pack by VertexDezign. Moving on from there, we have got from yesterday, this is the Kane LBT 16 ton, or as it says in the Modhub store, the Beavertail Lowloader. This is a Kane trailer, I believe, initially. Did I just say Kane LBT? Didn't I? And you can tell from underneath the logo's got the Kane shape, although it says lizard. This is by GreenBale. This is 2.98 megabytes to download, 5 slots on console. It does have straps all along, but one thing I did notice, we'll have a look at in a second, but you can do straps manually and you can do them from in cab if you want to. When the back lowers down, it's unusual to have straps that go right up to the end actually. They don't always on when you've got a lower section, and that's something you'll notice. As it goes down, the straps stay up high, which is a little bit peculiar. But anyway, this you'll find under tools, under low loaders. 22,500 to buy. As I said, 5 slots. Options available, there are none. It comes in the Kane blue. Grab a tractor, hook up. So, like I say, straps on and off from in cab if you want. To unfold L1 and X, it leaves the straps in place. So you may not want to use those last 2 straps if you're going to be raising and lowering this to put something on. What I will do, it's kind of been my thing now, isn't it? Just bear with me a second. Okay, fold up. Now there are a couple of tie down mods that do allow you to put something over a vehicle. I know a lot of people will use a log, they'll get a small log, put it on something, the straps will go over the log. But as a kind of rule of thumb, I will often try to it's staying on. I often find things will go awry. It's a little bit of slide, not too bad. As I've said before, if you're going to try and corner at 50-60 miles an hour, you've got to expect it to tip over. That's pretty sound actually. Jam the brakes on. No, pretty good. Like that. There we go. That's the Beavertail Lowloader, or Kane LBT 16 ton by GreenBale. Moving on from there, we have got this. This is the Kroner ZX 470 GD. This is a loading wagon, as you can see, for picking up straw, swaths, grass, hay, that kind of thing. Really nicely made. This is by AxeDiamend, 20.71 megabytes download, 26 slots, fairly high. It's very detailed, and obviously there's a lot of moving parts with the loading wagon. You've got the everything moving here. The pickup lifts up and down. This one has got the ability to raise and lower from this section here, so you can level it out. We have got a cover that opens and closes as an option, so you can kind of understand why, but yeah, nicely detailed. We do already have a standard one of these, but I think that's the 560, I want to say. Pretty sure it's the 560. So this you'll find under Tools, under Loading Wagons. Yeah, there you go. So we've got the ZX 560 GD already. So this one on the end, the ZX 470 GD, 139,000, requires 240 horsepower, will run at 12 miles an hour, 47,000 litre capacity. Options available. We can have Trelleborg or Michelin tyres, and we can have them standard or wide, like so. And then cover, yes or no. It's £5 for the cover. That's your call entirely. Those are your options. Now, as I said, we do have the ability, let's try this, L1 and right stick up and down, no, hang on. R1 and right stick up and down, raises and lowers the attachment there so you can get the level of it depending on what you're towing with, depending on how it hooks up, you can adjust the level. L1 and left on the D-pad raises the cover, like so. Turning it on. And then pick up and down. With front loading, L1, R1 and triangle. There we go. So there you go, that's the Kroner ZX 470 GD by AxeDiamend. Moving on from there, this is by SimulagriModding. Now I said Robert last time for when these come out, it might be Robert actually, I'm pretty sure it's French. The P2200, this is a Bale Shredder for putting bedding down into your pigs and cow areas. This is a fairly large size, only requires 90 horsepower. Now, it depends, some people don't use them, some people do. If you go onto the Farming Simulator website, onto the Modhub on there, on the upload for this, SimulagriModding has put a video clip of their mod, and then it cuts into video of the actual ones of these being used on a farm. It's amazing. If you get a chance, go onto the website and have a look. It's a brilliant video. Little video clip on there. Now this does say it takes 9 bales with its extensions. I managed to get 7 in there comfortably. Those 2 on top, I mean, yeah, they are technically on there. It may be I haven't quite loaded it up as they have, but I've got 3 there, 3 there, and 1 upright there, then those 2 on top. So yeah, I mean there are 9, but I would say, like I say, you can get away with 7. Really nicely made mod. The Simulagri stuff is always top notch. Very cool. This you'll find under Tools, under Animals. There you go, 51,100 to buy, requires 90 horsepower. Like I say, it does say 9 bales. It hasn't got an auto load function that I'm aware of. I'm going to double check that, unless I missed that completely, in which case I just spent ages manually loading that. 18.18 megabytes, 16 slots for the first one. Options available, we can have it standard like so, or we can have it with extensions, which adds all that stuff on the side to give you a little bit more room for putting more bales in. Please tell me there's not an auto load option. No. Okay. So, if I go R1 and right stick side to side, I can open and close the rear door. So you could put round, as I say, it's designed for square bales. It says 9 square bales. The shape of that scoop on the back, I think you could probably put a round bale on there and lift it up and roll it in if you wanted to. I haven't tried with round bales, but close that up. It does have lights, indicators. We go around to the front, try and find the best angle for this. The blower itself, so let's turn like that, that's a bit better. L1, R1, side to side on the right stick moves the blower that way, up and down. moves the blower up and down, so you can get a real sense of where you want to actually go with it. Unload here. It's on the actual video. They're blowing over the cows as the cows are in the stalls. It's amazing. It's an amazing video to watch. And there you go. That's what it does. It's a blower for putting the bedding out, shredding and putting the bedding out. Did it actually put some over there? It did. So there we go. That's the, I'm going to say Robert, P2200 by SimulagriModding. Very cool indeed. Right, on to the mods for today. Now, there's been some strange happenings in the Modhub of late. Things that have appeared on the Modhub then within an hour of being on have dropped off. I reviewed on Wednesday the Lizard Motil by Pysa PL and Tom Sky, which disappeared almost immediately. That's popped up today as a new mod. So it depends whether, if you looked at it Wednesday on the mod review, I would urge you to go back and watch the mod review because I haven't put it on this one. But it did disappear off the Modhub. It's now back as a mod for today. What we also have over here, I don't want to miss anything off, are these. This is the Orenge ORM90 and Orenge ORM 160. These are by 76 Max. Now I thought one of these popped up yesterday as well and then disappeared. So again, it's getting very confusing. I don't know. These are, where are we? So the 90 is 5.36 megabytes to download. The 160 is 5.57 megabytes to download. The smaller one is 4 slots, the large one is 3, weirdly enough. And technically they are separate mods, it's not two different options. This one has 2 different size options. This one has actually 4, I think, which we'll have a look at in a second. But the last one is a tiny increment, but there is an option on there for it. Nicely made. They're a little bit flat, but I mean I think that's probably the design of them. There's not a huge amount of texture or detailing per se. I mean, say there's detail on them, but you know what I mean. We've had quite a few ORM stuff in yellow and reds and all sorts. But anyway, this you'll find. These you'll find under trailers. So we'll start with the 90, 7,500 to buy. Takes pretty much everything. We've got the option of a 10,000 litre capacity, or with the side bits on there, 11,500. Those are your 2 options. There's no tyre options, nothing else like that, just those 2 options. The ORM 160 is 19,600 for the standard. Well, it's 19,600 for standard. So we have it 19,000 litre capacity, 20,000 litre capacity, 22,700, but then changing those side bits to what looks like galvanised, is it? Goes up 100 litres. 22,700, 22,800. That last little bit's a little bit strange, but anyway, yeah, so it goes up an extra 100 litres. Costs you another 200, but there you go, 22,800 litres. Again, no tyre choices or anything like that. That's what you get. On each of these we do have a beacon on the back underneath. Unloading on this one, like so. This one does have a PTO on it. Again, beacon underneath. I didn't show the indicator lights on the other one, but it's exactly the same. And unload on this one. Same type of unload, just a slightly larger trailer. There we go. So that's the Orenge ORM 90 and the Orenge ORM 160 by 76 Max. Moving on. We've got this little fella. This is the Polish Doghouse. 4.9 megabytes, 5 slots. This is by EmemenS or EmemenS Modding. Whoa. It does say it's designed for Polish maps, but I'm pretty sure you can use it anywhere. I'm on no man's land and it's working just fine. So you get your dog, as you do with most of the dog houses, and if we feed it, L3, puts the feed in, he's supposed to come over and eat. There we go. You can pet him. And then we can pick up the ball. He's supposed to fetch it, but I don't know if he will. Just like my dog. Completely disinterested with the ball. Anyway, this you'll find under placeables, under animal pens. 500 to buy. Yeah, only 5 slots. So not too bad at all. That's the Polish Doghouse by EmemenS Mods. Next we've got this. This is the Imbiss booth. This is by OmaTana. It is 4.17 megabytes download, 10 slots. This is a sell point. A nice compact one. Loads of detail on this as well. For 10 slots is amazing. This little fast food place where people can come, get themselves some fast food, pick up a few bits. Eggs, milk, water, flour, all sorts of stuff. That's going to be very relevant in a moment. At night, this all closes up, but the sell point is still operational. And you can sell here wheat, barley, oats, potatoes, eggs, milk, and water. Now, I'm trying to think, rack my brains. There are a few different modded sell points. There's the one, the Edge Castiga one, will take water but doesn't pay you for it. There's no, or it isn't on this map anyway. There's a couple of maps, obviously gyms maps, alien gyms maps, allow you to sell water at various different places. I'm trying to think of any other mods that do. There might be a few sell point ones knocking about. That dog is bonkers. But you can sell water as well. So all those yeah, like I say, wheat, barley, oats, potato, eggs, milk, and water. If we go into our menu and go that way, you'll see it there is Fritten Fritz. Eggs were worth a fortune a minute ago, but there's milk price there, water price there, potatoes, and as we go across, we've got our wheat, barley, and oats that we can sell too. You'll find this under placeables, under miscellaneous. So if you're looking for another sell point, if you're on a map that's only got one or a few and you want a bit of competition within sell points, it's only 5,000 to buy, and like I say, only 10 slots. Bit of result. The prices will fluctuate. As you've seen, the egg one is going down like they do with other sell points. Just something a little bit extra to have, isn't it? So what we'll do, that's a lot of water to be supplying to the little water cooler it's got here. As you can see, I'm selling the water, I'm making some money. Not everyone will be happy about that, but you don't have to sell water here. You can just sell your other crop types if you want to. There's nothing anywhere that says... Now this isn't like the self-marketing mod where the prices are really, really high. They're pretty much the same as the average prices everywhere, but just with the added benefit of this, if you wanted it. So there we go. That's the Imbiss booth by OmaTana. Very nice indeed. Nearly finished selling the water. What we're going to end up making out of that? Just over 9.5 grand. That's alright, isn't it? Right, moving on to... I'm going to say the last of the mods. The mods, like I say, the mods have been a bit peculiar of late, and these came out in real dribs and drabs today. I've got a couple, then nothing for a while, then a couple more, and I thought, okay, I'll do the mod review. Then a couple more came out. So anyway, we've got this. This is the Novag TForce Plus 640 Cedar. This is by Big Farmer 145. Now, this is all about no-till, and it's a big thing at the moment. A lot of farmers are trying to go down the no-till route, keeping nutrients in the ground, not losing stuff from soil erosion, runoff and stuff being blown away in dry weather, that kind of thing. And also using crop residues left over from the previous year to help break down into the soil and that kind of thing. Now, in game we do have some seeders already that allow you to direct drill, which will allow you to plant or seed directly onto a field after harvesting. You don't need to plough or cultivate. So it's not, within game it's not something particularly new. But what I like with this one, it's a different design, which is really nice looking mod anyway, but it comes with this board as well. I'm not going to read it all out to you, but there's a load of information about what it's all about, cover crops and things. But what's fascinating about this one as well, unlike some more conventional direct drills, this one actually has like a T shape, and then when it first goes into the ground, the T is under the ground. So this actually puts the seed and fertilizer below the crop residue, so it doesn't kind of technically cut through it, although it is cutting through it, but it's already underneath it. Now that may be fairly standard, but it's just a bit of a fascinating read, interesting thing to look at. Yeah, I don't know, I just found it quite fascinating. It's a 6 metre seeder. It does also come with this Novag beach flag, should you want it. The beach flag is 1 slot. The board is 6 slots. It might not be a bad idea to have a look at it, and if you want to have a read of it and whatnot, or if I just have a look there, you can always pause this and have a read of that. If I go around to the other side, put the light on, might be a bit bright. If you want to pause it and have a read of that. This you'll find under seeders. Now, there is something a bit different about this, in that, there we go, it's 160 grand, requires 300 horsepower. Initial thoughts are, whoa, hang on a minute. It's also fairly high on the download, 45.14 megabyte download and 29 slots. But if you look down at the bottom, it does everything. So you don't need a separate seeder and planter. Now, again, that's not necessarily something new. There's a few of those knocking about in the Modhub, and there's a few mods of those anyway. But it's another one to add to the collection. So whilst it seems expensive, you then don't need to have a separate seeder and planter. It will do everything. Options available on this: we can change the rim colour from metal to grey. So I quite like the metal. Hang on. And then we've got options here, and this is something a little bit different. Well, again, I keep saying a bit different. We have got some things like this, but we can have more seeds each or more fertilizer. That'll become more relevant in a minute because you can't actually tell on the mod. But then we've also got 1.3 tons additional weights. So on the wing sections, you've got those kind of bronzy looking bits there. If I take those off, it removes them. So you don't have to have the additional weight if you don't want to. It doesn't cost anything to have it on there, but it just keeps the whole thing set, planted on the ground kind of thing when it's doing its job. The detailing on the mod is incredible. It's really, really nicely made. I'm not being paid to say any of this. I just like it. I think it looks, it's, again, something a bit different, which is really cool. So what we'll do is grab this. You can see the weights on it. We'll fold it up. Now, this one is split. Fertilizer 2,120 litres and seed 2,320 litres. So I went on this one was each. If I open the cover up on this, like so, you can see I've got a seed bay, a fertiliser bay, and on the back these two boxes, one is seed, one's fertiliser. So I went with each. So that's how it's done the split on that one. This one here, I think I went with seed as the prevalent one, or you can go with fertiliser as the prevalent one. So depending on what you're actually planting, if you're finding that one is going down faster than the other, or you can kind of tweak it a bit. So this one I went with seed heavy. So I've got the main seed tank, the fertiliser, and the two rear ones are both seed. As you can see, it's 2,000 fertiliser and 2,440 wheat. Or you can switch it so it's fertiliser heavy. I like that as an option. I think it's a clever idea. If we close that back up again. If I scroll through, I'm using my side panel, so I'm flicking through my options using that. Wheat, barley, oats, canola, soybean, oilseed radish, grass, corn, sunflower, sugar beet, cotton, and back to wheat again. And obviously my field is cultivated and ploughed already, so I haven't really got any stubble to show you, so but it's 6 metres wide. I like this. Did you get that feeling? Do you get the feeling I quite like this one? So there we go. That's the Novag TForce Plus 640 by Big Pharma 145. And that, I think, is it for the mods for today. Don't forget, if you are interested, the Alpine expansion stream is on this evening. It says 8 PM, so that may depend on where you are in the world. But Giants are going to be streaming. They've got Pottinger on as guests and DJ Goham. I think he's going to be showcasing some of the stuff, as far as I can tell. I said it might be the 5th, but it's actually today, the 6th. Just in case. So yeah, I hope you found this useful and informative. If you have, give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do, as always, thanks for watching.